Got a sweet starter kit for you guys, and this is for you vapors out there who are looking for a leap up from cigalikes. Today, boys and girls, we're going to be taking a look at this armor kit by ARYMI. Got one word for you, and that's phenomenal. So here's the armor kit packaging. And inside the packaging, you receive your armor box mod. You also receive this armor tank, a USB cable for charging, and last, this armor kit user manual. So here's the armor kit in all its glory. Now the tank, it's a 22mm tank, and she's primarily made of stainless steel. The mod, on the other hand, is made of zinc alloy. And as far as measurements go for the mod, she's 82mm by 48mm by 22mm. On the front of the mod, you got your fire button, your menu screen, and a USB port for charging. Also on the front of this mod, you got your guard, and it protects your tank. So your tank screw into the 510 connection, which sits right there, but your guard is detachable, so you pull that sucker off. It's magnetic. I like this. I really like this feature. You just pop it back on there, it clicks into place, and you're rocking. And check it out, there's your 510 thread, spring-loaded 510 pin. Also, I do want to point this out as well, okay? Only your 22mm and smaller devices fit for this, are compatible. Anything larger, it's just not going to fit. It's not going to screw down all the way. On the back of the mod, she's got 5 ventilation holes. On the bottom, she says manufactured by Kanger Armor Box. Another view of the top of this mod. This armor box houses a 2600 milliamp hour built-in battery, and what I like about this, okay, it's 5 clicks of the fire button to turn her on and off. Okay, right now she is on. When I hit the fire button, you're going to see those 5 dots, and basically what that's saying is this thing's fully charged. But as you vape, those dots is going to go to 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1, then you got to recharge her. But this is not a regulated mod, okay? It starts at 4.2 volts, fully charged, and as you vape, it's going to get weaker. It's going to drop and drop and drop. It's like the iJust 2. You don't have to scroll through menu systems. It's just easy peasy. 5 clicks to turn her off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When she turns off, she's going to blink. Turn her back on again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to blink. And that's it. Well, you got to screw your tank on there and fill her up and vapor. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now the tank, this armor tank, she comes with a 0.3 ohm coil head. And I'm going to show you all about this sucker. But you got this built-in mouthpiece and you got airflow. And the airflow, it's not adjustable. So it's set. That may be a con to some of you guys. For me, I like it. It's a restrictive lung hit. This is perfect. A perfect draw for the newbies. But this sucker is leak proof, man. It's not going to leak because you only have top airflow. No bottom airflow. So I got this black armor tank that I've been vaping on for about 3 weeks. She's filled up. Not going to show you this one, but I am going to show you the stainless steel one. It's brand new and it's the exact same except it's stainless steel. You got a black option, you got a stainless steel option, or you got a white option. Like I mentioned before, she's 22mm in width and she's about 53mm in height. Now you got these CHC coils, but you unscrew it from the top and here it is. And the reason why they call it the CHC is because you're never having to touch the bottom. You never have to touch the juice. You can keep your hands clean. This is the drip tip, by the way. This is built into the coil head. You got the set airflow up top, so it's not adjustable. That may be a con to some of you guys. And this is a 0.3 ohm coil, 316 stainless steel. Now, when they first came out with this coil for the armor kit, it was 0.5 and it was just too weak. It was too weak because the battery's unregulated. It just wasn't hitting hard enough. So when they came out with this 0.3, I was like super thrilled. I mean, it makes that much of a difference, guys. 0.3 is so much better for this kit. But yeah, it's blocked off on this side. And the coil, it starts about right there. You can't see it down in there, but yeah, it starts about right there. Organic Japanese cotton in there. Again, here's the tank section without the coil head in there, but yeah, it says max right there. That's what you want to fill it up to. That line right there. And also, like I mentioned before, this is pretty much leak proof as long as you don't fill it up above that line. If you fill it up to that line or a little bit below, you're going to be good. You're never going to have leaking because there's no holes, no airflow slots down here. It's all built into the drip tip like I just showed you. But yeah, you fill it up to that line. Here's the top cap. Threads are okay, but I mean the price for this is it's awesome. Here's the top cap. And the bottom of this coil head makes a connection with the plate down there. See that? Pretty simple, straightforward tank, guys. That's about it. And you got your glass tank that slides over this section right here. 510 connection threads are smooth, and you got a non-adjustable, non-protruding 510 pin. I'm going to go ahead and show you how easy it is to use this tank. Go ahead and screw on the top cap. And all we're going to do is fill it up to that line right there. And the juice that I'm going to be using today is this Transmission by the Merge line. Ooh, it's a strawberry lemonade with a touch of watermelon, and it is bad freaking ass. Right there, boom. The way that I prime this coil is I pop 2 drops in on each side. I don't put juice down in here. Pop that sucker in there. Oh yeah, easy peasy. What a sleazy. Like I said, you fill it up to that line, you're never going to have any leaking or overflow. And that's it, man. That's it. You just wait 5-10 minutes and you can vapor. Throw a little southern twang in there. But yeah, the reason why you want to wait 5 or 10 minutes is because the juice needs to saturate that cotton. Once it does, you're good. You know, it kind of looks good with the stainless steel and the black, doesn't it? With the black O-rings. So before I take you guys back to FaceTime and talk about the pros for this bad boy, I do want to talk about some cons. The first one is this ring, this guard. It comes off too easily. Look at that. I think Kanger or ARYMI, the guys that make this, make the magnets just a little bit stronger. Next nitpicky con, the fire button. It is a little bit loose. You see this right here, and there is a little bit of a button rattle. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm going to shake it by the mic. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a button rattle. Next con, this tank does not come with an extra glass tube. This sucker does not have adjustable airflow. As you guys can see, like I showed you before, the drip tip that's built into the coil head, it's got the airflow slots, the set airflow slots at the top. Personally, I like the airflow. That's going to be in the pros, but I think it's a nice restrictive lung hit. I think it's good for the beginner vapor. Another nitpicky or subjective con, anything above 22 millimeter, okay, 24, 25 millimeter tanks, they're not going to fit for this. And just to give you an idea, here's a 24 millimeter avocado, the bottom airflow version, and this is as far as it screws down. But here's what it looks like with this 22 millimeter Petrie RTA. Looks the tits, huh? Zoomed out version for you. And here's what it looks like with the Smock Baby Beast tank. And then the last con, I wish this thing came with an extra coil head. Pro time, affordable, 40 bucks affordable. For a starter kit being 40 bucks, that's cheap. She's ergonomic, feels good in the old hands. Zinc alloy, man. This thing feels of good quality. Like I said, 40 bucks for the mod, the freaking material that you get. You get the fire button. It's only a one function button device. You get the mini screen, which is the battery gauge. Just easy, man. It's just easy to use. USB port on the front, easy to charge. Got that built-in 2600 milliamp hour battery, and I get great battery life with this. You know, I'm kind of digging this tank guard, and I think it gives it a classy touch, but the problem is it comes off with ease. And when you're vaping, you get your index finger right there, boom, just pops up. People are going to have issues with that right there. See that? And if you have problems with it, just take it off. And it still looks good. It's just, I like the ring on there, but it's all to each is their own. Vape's a treat though, man. I love it. I love this tank. Really, really like this tank. Like the top airflow. Even though the airflow is not adjustable, it still gives a nice restrictive lung hit, and I love the CHC coil. Now the CHC coil, CHC clean hand coil, that is a brilliant design because you have the drip tip like you guys saw that's embedded into the coil head. You never have to touch your juice, ever have to touch your juice, and that is going to be a massive pro to these guys, these vapors that they're just either coming off the stinkies or they're stepping up from the cigalikes. No juice on the hand, one. I have not had any leaking, two. And the flavor that I'm getting off this 0.3 ohm coil head is phenomenal. Now, is the flavor as good off this as it is off of an RTA or an RDA? Hell no, it's not, but it's really good off of a sub-ohm tank with just top airflow. Oh yeah, and another thing to point out, because those airflow slots are embedded into the drip tip, if you're the type of vapor you like to deep throat your drip tip, and there's some of you out there that do it, but if you deep throat your drip tip, this ain't gonna be good for you because you're gonna be covering up those airflow slots, and that's not good. You can't have that. I like to just keep it on the edge. Just kiss it. As long as you do that, you're going to be rocking. You can't cover up those airflow slots. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Also, if I didn't mention this in the close-ups, this tank holds 3 mils of e-liquid, and I think that's a good amount of juice. And back to this mod, every single 22 millimeter device that I own has been compatible and screwed down flush. And last but not least, this sucker comes in 3 different color options, black as you guys see, stainless steel, or white. Now on to the big question, the big answer of the day. Hey Rip, if you lost this sucker today, would you go out tomorrow and buy one? And the answer is yes sir, yes ma'am, I would. I will state this, even though I would buy the sucker the way it is right now, ARYMI, I'm talking to you guys, what would make this even better is if it had 1, an extra glass tube, and 2, an extra coil head, preferably a 0.2 ohm coil head, and then this 0.3 ohm coil head. But I know the price point would be higher. I know you included just 1 coil head and 1 glass tube because you wanted to keep the price point down because you wanted to be a more affordable starter kit, and I get that. That's why I would buy this thing the way it is right now. But I would also buy it the other way too. This is Rip Chippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.